So Forex is a $1 trillion industry. It's actually been around for a very long time. And with social media, young people, network marketing, there's a lot of people that believe that Forex is a scam. But if you peel back the layers and truly understand what Forex is, you will know that Forex is a path to true financial freedom and generational wealth. This interview, if you pay attention, can make you wealthy. Let's go.
Hey, what up, y'all? It's Ash Cash checking in. And if you are a creative, entrepreneur, deal maker, investor, etc., I got something major to tell you. I will be at the Black Equity Con coming up in Miami on June 9th and June 10th. When I tell you, the roster is absolutely crazy. This isn't just a hype or rah-rah event. This is a legitimate conference with over 40 plus sessions, over 2 full days covering all things entrepreneurship, monetization, how to build a team, investing, and even mental and emotional health. We all know how important it is to pour into our own cup and take care of yourself first before we can take care of others. Entrepreneurship is no doubt the path to breaking generational curses. So if you are a Black creator or entrepreneur looking to network with thousands of other like minds in the beautiful city of Miami, I need you to go to blackequitycon.com right now to save your seats. All right, let's get to the episode.
Pay attention and listen, we about to teach class. Inside the vault, my man Ash Cash. So get your man right. Thursday nights, 8 p.m. You see him, change your life. Millionaire mindset, the best on earth. Blueprint to wealth, the knowledge network. So get it while you can, and he's standing right here. Just come inside the vault and see black millionaires. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Come inside the vault and see black millionaires. Oh yeah, oh yeah. You won't ask cash, you can catch it right here in the vault.
So welcome to another awesome episode of Inside the Vault with Ash Cash, the greatest money mindset show on the planet, where we're giving you the insider's guide to create financial freedom and generational wealth for you and your family. Our next guest is really going to blow your mind as it relates to the Forex industry, because it is time to put to rest that Forex is a scam. For those who know me, I've been a banking executive for over 15 years. And I remember I used to work in New York City at Madison Square Garden branch. And because there was a lot of tourists that came around, we dealt with foreign exchange for a very long time. And so understanding that this is something that has been around for a very long time, will be around for a very long time. But when you add the internet, when you add young people, when you add network marketing, when you add, people want to get rich quick, a lot of people automatically put Forex as a scam. And so we have one of the greatest Forex traders on the planet here with us today. And she's a woman.
Yes.
Miss Jessica Lane is in the building. Miss Jess, how you doing?
I'm amazing. And I just love this intro.
No,
Okay. Thank you. No, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Because so many people, as you mentioned, so many people have so many different negative connotations when it comes to the foreign exchange market. But like you just said, when you're dealing with different places and different tourists or whatever the case may be, it's literally just studying the economy.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But so many people, because of network marketing, as you mentioned, and so many people just trying to get money fast, like, oh, I'm going to flip this account, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to get quick money. Of course, it's gained the negative connotation, and for us, it's a scam.
Yeah. And let's talk about that, for a second, because, the comments, the people in your DM, again, the moment you see Forex, you're like, oh, this is one of those bots, it's a scam. But for those who don't know, what is Forex?
Forex is the most lucrative market in the world, period, point blank.
Yeah.
That's first and foremost, okay? So what you're doing when you're trading Forex is you're looking at two different currency and you're basing your bias and you're basing your judgment based off of which currency is going to be greater at that particular time. And you're gaining revenue off of the fluctuation that's occurring between two different economies.
All right. So let's say, for instance, if I'm in, we're here in America, and I want to, so because how I understand Forex was, man, I'm in America, I'm on my way to Britain, and so I need to exchange my
US
dollars
dollar for
into British
pounds.
pounds, right? And so if I have $100 in the US, and let's say a British pound is, $90, right? That means that there's a 10,
Exchange rate.
right, exchange rate for me to get the $90. But let's say on my way back, I still got some money left over. I need to exchange it now to get the US dollar.
Educate, okay,
Right?
break it down.
I need to exchange to get the US dollar, and whatever, it might not be the same rate.
Yes.
And so if it's a higher rate at the time, I made some money. If it's a lower rate, then I lose money while exchanging it.
Right.
Forex is literally, you don't really have to travel.
Right.
But it's that same concept.
Right.
But you're making money off of the rates going up
fluctuation.
and down.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay.
I love this.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
No, you guys, I really love this because it just shows me that you truly educated on it. And
Yeah.
so many people, as I mentioned, they think it's a scam. They think it's that. But yes, everything that you just said is 100% accurate.
Yeah.
However, when we're trading in the actual foreign exchange market, we're not just looking at the numbers like, hey, this is going up right now. This is going down. So let me hop in. There's actual substantial data that tells us why the fluctuation is occurring. Because when money goes up or the value of a currency goes up, it's not just going up just because it's esoterically going up.
Yeah.
There's actually a reason behind it. So let's say something happens, and I'll give you the most recent is the war that happened,
Yeah.
right? So I particularly was in London at the time in which the war broke out, and I traded the euro versus the Japanese yen while I was there. So I shorted that position. And the reason I shorted it was because I knew the euro was going to go down and then the Japanese yen was going to rise, right?
Yeah.
Now, as you mentioned, there's an exchange rate that's attached to that. So no different than us going to London and exchanging our US dollar for pounds. However, when that happened, Japanese yen is a safe haven currency, right? So if I know the Japanese yen is going to rise and I know the euro is going to fall, I'm going to short the euro against the Japanese yen because basically I'm making profit off of the euro devaluing and the Japanese yen increasing.
And when you say that the Japanese yen is a safe haven currency, explain that to me.
So you have different safe haven currencies, just like you have safe haven commodities, right? So when the war breaks out, people put money in commodities because currency isn't as
Like gold. You always say
gold.
like buy gold.
So
Right,
you
right.
have gold, you have platinum, you have silver. You even have different commodities that people actually invest in. Like, believe it or not, people invest in cotton, people invest in wheat. Like, these are different commodities that people actually invest in. In the foreign exchange market, we primarily trade metals, precious metals, and that's, like I said, gold, platinum, silver for the most part.
But when I hear safe haven, I hear like,
It's a safe currency.
right, if the
Right.
fit hits the shan,
Right.
let me put it in here because
Right.
it'll hold my value.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, the only difference with that is that when you are investing in Forex and when you're trading Forex, you are looking at one currency against another, right? So it's a currency pair. In that pair, you have something called the base and the quote, all right? The base is already always the first. The quote is always the second. So no different than your GBP USD example, like trading the GBP versus the US dollar. The Great British Pound is the base. The US dollar is the quote. If I know the US dollar is going to gain strength against the pound, I'm going to sell GBP USD. Right? If I know the pound is going to be greater than the US dollar, I'm going to buy GBP USD. But you're not buying a single-handed currency. Like the DXY is what's called the dollar index. We can look at that to see like what's going to happen overall. But there are two economies that's playing a part. That's why Forex is one of the most intricate markets because you're not just looking at something single-handedly, right? You always want to ask yourself, and I'm going to equate it to stocks because I think a lot of people really understand that. Let's say you have a particular stock like Facebook or whatever the case may be, right? You're looking at that particular stock, and then you're like, okay, who is the founder of that particular company or whatever the case may be? We look at that in Forex as, okay, what is the currency? The US dollar. Who operates and who governs that currency? It's the Fed. So we look at different data, as I mentioned, to basically determine what's going to happen in that currency. So Fed minutes come out, that always affects the US dollar and different things like that. ECB is the European Central Bank. That affects the euro.
Okay, got it. And so if I understand you correctly, it's really not only, it's not blindly, trading Forex, is really understanding the economies, the different economies. So you can't really trade Forex without understanding two economies, right? Because you said something about a pair, and so explain that, the pair is saying, all right, I'm putting this currency against this currency, and whatever currency I feel like is going to go up, I'm going to buy. If it's going to go down, I'm going to sell.
Yes.
And so technically, you can make money regardless of what's happening.
Always.
Wow.
And that's the beautiful part about Forex. That's literally the best part about Forex.
Yeah.
Because let's say something happens in the economy and then everybody's stock portfolio tanks, right? You can't sell a stock. Like, you can sell your position and get out of that stock, but you can't actually sell the stock market. In Forex, you can literally sell your position where the market is now going down. So you're making money as the market goes down. That entire fall, you're making money. So you don't have to just see your account go negative. You're literally selling. No different. You know how options are a derivative of stock, so people can like sell options positions or whatever the case may be. But with that, it's time-based, right? With us, with Forex, you can literally sell it just as you see the move occurring. But again, you have fundamental reasons as to why you're selling that position.
Yeah. How'd you get into this? Because you knowledgeable.
Super knowledgeable.
Yeah, like
it's my life.
Yeah. How'd you start in Forex?
So a long time ago, a long time ago, one of my friends was, she bought a house at like 20, I think she was 23 at the time. She bought a house. I was like, girl, how?
Yeah.
And then she told me she was doing Forex or whatever case may be. I basically was like, what was that? Okay. Then she told me she was doing it the wrong way though. She was doing it through network marketing companies. I knew automatically that's not what I wanted to do. So I paid like $21,000 to learn how to trade. And I just learned the ins and outs of everything. But this is the thing, because I do want to go back to something that you said, because I don't want people to get it misconstrued when you said that you have to understand the economies in order to be a Forex trader. In order to be a spectacular Forex trader, yes. However, there are a lot of Forex traders that do technical analysis only, where you don't actually have to understand so you have technical analysis and you have fundamental analysis. Technical analysis is based off of charting. So when people see like all of the candlestick patterns and things like that, you have support, resistance, you have different things like that. That's technical analysis. You can 100% make money being a technical analysis only trader. Then you can 100% make money being a fundamental analysis only trader. I have friends that do both. Well, I have friends that are technical analysis only traders. I have friends that are fundamental analysis traders only. But I think that when you understand both, you will 100% put yourself ahead of the curve and ahead of the game to where you learn and you just master your craft, because you not only see what's happening, like with technical analysis, if I see myself coming to this heavy level of resistance and I see like bearish momentum forming and all of these different things, then that's automatically going to tell me, okay, I need to sell that, especially if I have you have confluences, which are multiple things that lined up to tell you why you're going to sell that position or why you're going to buy that position. Technical analysis is a set number of confirmations as to why you're getting in that trade. You can 100% make money being a technical analysis only trader. However, when you understand fundamentals and you understand, okay, this just happened in the economy, and then you also have the technical analysis to back it up, you bet bigger. Your position sizes are larger. That's how you get to the bank.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so just to unpack that, so you're saying Technical analysis means that, I'm watching the charts, I'm seeing the movements, I'm seeing what's happening, in the industry. And so based on that technical analysis, there are certain rules and certain things that happen that if I understand those technicalities,
Yeah.
I could understand which direction that I should be trading.
100%.
Fundamentals means that is also
It's
news. Is what?
News.
Is the news, right? So it's the news. And so fundamentals almost is telling you why the technical things are happening, right? And so, yes, this is moving this way, but you could read the chart and say it's moving this way. But if you read the news, you know why it's moving that way. You can anticipate more of why that direction and which way it continues to go. And then you put those two together.
And you place larger positions.
And you place larger positions.
Yes.
And larger positions means that you get the larger bank, and larger bank means
that your numbers just keep compounding.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because with technical analysis, like some people do have fear, right?
Yeah.
Fear is a real thing in any form of investing. Like you have different levels of support that can be broken. You have different levels of resistance that can be broken. So, like a level of support that's a floor, right? So let's say the market keeps falling, right? If you come to this level of support, let's say you either take your profit or some people at a level of support will buy. But how do you know that support isn't going to break, right? So certain things that happen when it comes to news just give you another bias as to, oh, I'm about to stay in this position and I'm actually about to load up again because this is happening and like it just all makes sense.
Yeah.
If you are an entrepreneur, business coach, or small business owner who wants to get more visibility for your product or service, then consider advertising on Inside the Vault. We have been seen and heard over 2 million times, and as the show continues to grow, your ad would be embedded in our episodes forever. So the return on investments on advertising with us is unmeasurable and invaluable. If you're interested in this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, then text podcast to 646-687-4152 or email us at info@insidethevaultshow.com. Allow your business to get the visibility that it deserves.
Yeah. That's clear. And so you mentioned network marketing, right? And just for those, because I know there's a lot of people that were introduced to Forex through network marketing, and that isn't necessarily the way to get into Forex. Why is that? Like, why is what's the con? Pun intended, of getting into Forex via network marketing?
Well, first off, because it's the blind leading the blind.
Yeah.
People recruit you and they don't even know what they're doing themselves. So it's literally the blind leading the blind. I don't respect network marketing companies that do Forex at all.
Yeah.
There are so many of them, and every single one, there are never consistently profitable traders. This is the thing. If you're consistently profitable trading, you're not even going to want your residuals from a network marketing company. It doesn't even make sense, right? Because you can make money with your eyes closed. So why are you going to deal with a whole bunch of people and the headache of recruiting and trying to keep your volume and all these different things?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
If people were truly making money in network marketing from Forex, they would not be doing network marketing.
Yeah. So if I hear you correctly, it's almost like backwards. Like
it is backwards.
Yeah.
So, but the one thing that I will say that is a good thing is that it opened people's eyes to understanding financial literacy on a different level and helping people realize, like, you don't have to really work a 9-to-5 job. You can really make money. That is where, okay, you have credit for. But the thing is that when you have all of these massive amounts of people, it's done more harm than good, because you have so many different people that put their last into this company, or they put their last, well, let me say companies, because again, it's not just one. But you have people putting their last into these companies like, oh my God, like this is it. Like, let me get this. And there's so much education with these companies. They have so many different educators. They have so many different people telling you this and that, and everything is different. So when you get on the charts, you're looking at the charts and you don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that is why I'm against them. Network marketing as a whole, I think it's a beautiful business module. Like if you have an actual product that is benefiting people, like there are healthcare companies that are great that I know people that have made an immense amount of wealth doing network marketing if it's for them. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to the Forex space, you have, especially in our culture, people just wanting quick money. So they don't care about actually learning the skill set and then going to recruit somebody or whatever. They just care about, oh, I just need 12 people and then I'll make $600 a month, or I need this many people and then I can make $5,000 a month, or I need this many people. Okay, let me go talk to this person. Hey, I want you to go join this company, come to this meeting, blah, 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 blah. Get as many people in this meeting. And then it's like, okay, well, now all these people are in this meeting. Can you lead them? Can you tell them what to do? Can you teach them? And then when you can't, then they're all looking crazy. And everybody's like, no, you could just worry about that later. Go get some more people, because then that brings their volume up. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, again, the blind leading the blind. And when that's a Ponzi scheme, ultimately, because if you don't have an actual product and people are making money from money opposed to money from a product, then that's what it is.
Yeah. No, I get that. And so somebody's watching right now, insiders are watching, and they're like, man, this girl's talking her talk. We understand this, we kind of understand this Forex, and we want to get into the game. What would be the first step for somebody who's brand new, wanting to come into Forex? What would their first step be?
So first, I think people need to educate themselves and see if that's something that they even really want to do. Because even with my mentees and my students, like I tell them, if you're not going to work hard, then you might as well hang it up. Go do something that you love, because I do think there are so many different ways in this world to make money. There are so many different ways, but you have to love it and you have to be passionate about it. Forex changed my life. You know what I'm saying? I love it. And the people that I've helped, I don't help them from the money, because again, I can make the money in the market. But I truly believe that, like, when I have those students, I have students in Africa, right? I have students in Jamaica. I have so many different students all over the world. Some of my students in Africa, they were making $1 to $5 a day. I went over there and taught a class for free. I have a student making $1,000 a day now.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's power, because ultimately all you need is your brain. That's it. I have students, and this is such a beautiful thing to me. I have older white men students, right? And they 50s, 60s. You know what I'm saying? And for me to be a Black girl in her 20s, right? Now, I'm not like, I'm only saying this from a place of where, I went to Spelman, right? So I'm taught about like women's empowerment and Black women in society is hard, right? We're a double minority, right? And to have like white men where in society and systematic oppression sense, right? They're at the highest of the pedestal in America. And then I have them as my students. That's a beautiful thing. I don't take it for granted, but I'm just saying that's a beautiful thing, because in our culture, that's really unheard of. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, and to not be judged because I'm just this pretty girl or whatever the case may be, like to really be able to impact people's lives. Like I have students, women that are in their 60s, like older people my mom's age that are my mentees, you know? And I just look at God like, wow, like.
No, that's powerful, because I think that's the true testament of, walking in your God self and being God conscious, to be honest, right? Because, when you untap your greatness, the goal is to be a blessing, right? When God is a blessing to you, you have to be a blessing to others, and to be able to change lives, right? And not just from, perspective of, changing your community lives, directly here, whether it's Atlanta, whether it's the U.S., but like throughout the world, you're changing lives. And one of the things that I find intriguing, two things I find intriguing about the Forex, market, is that when you invest in Forex, number one, it doesn't matter what the economy is doing. Right. And so even during a recession, during a depression, during wartime, like you could always make money. And then number two is not dependent on just one economy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's always money to be made.
Yeah.
You just got to see the money and take advantage of that opportunity.
Yeah.
And if you miss the opportunity, let's say you don't feel like trading today, there's always another opportunity available tomorrow.
Wow.
But you have to educate yourself. That's one thing that I want to 100% say, because if you don't know what you're doing, you can also lose money.
Yeah.
And people try to sugarcoat it like, oh, I can make so much money. I will tell you, you can lose a lot of money also. But this is a thing that's very, very important. You should never take a trade that you're not sure about. I don't take trades that I'm not sure about.
Yeah.
And what I mean by sure is I have to have multiple confluences and confirmations lined up to tell me why I'm getting into that trade.
And a confluence and a confirmation is just sort of like what's proving that this is a good trade, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So I use I'm a technical trader in addition to fundamentals, but I use something called Fibonacci often. And so my Fibonacci levels tell me my levels of support and resistance. I use trend lines. I use divergence. Like if I have a 3 to 4 confirmations based on my bias for that trade, once I see those 3 to 4 confirmations, I'm executing all day long.
And how long per day, if someone's trading Forex full time and they want to get in the game, how long per day are they dedicating? Is this an 8-hour a day thing?
Not a lot
12?
at all. But it depends on what level you are.
Yeah.
For instance, I only mark up on Sundays, and then I set all of my alerts on TradingView. And then during the week, my TradingView will alert me when price is near where I want it to be. Then I'll look back at the chart. So I would say really during the week, no more than 2 hours of a whole week.
Word. And so when you say mark up on Sundays, what does that mean?
Markup. So I analyze 4 to 5 pairs. Well, it depends on what's happening, right? If I don't see a setup, then I have 4 that I stick to. So I trade GBP USD, GBP JPY, Euro USD, and Euro JPY. And I look at gold.
So
but gold is a commodity.
British pounds.
The Euro.
And
the US dollar.
US dollar,
primarily.
Yeah.
And then gold, right? I love gold. All right. Gold is a commodity, and then US 30 is an indice. It's really Dow Jones in stock market. But all of those I always look at on a Sunday, right? So it's 4 currencies, 4 foreign exchange market pairs, 1 commodity, and an indice. I look at all of them. Between those, I will always have something to trade for the week, right? But I mark them all up for the week. Like I'm always in tune with what I trade, right? I'm always in tune with it. And there are different economies that other people can trade, like the Chef franc. You could trade the Chef franc. You could trade the Canadian dollar. Like a lot of people trade those as well. Some people trade the Mexican peso. It just depends on what you like as a trader. But I tell people, like, you should find your currencies and stick to them. I don't believe in trading a whole bunch of different things. Like, I'm not about to trade the Australian dollar. I'm not about to trade New Zealand dollar because I just don't need to. Like, when you really make money trading, you can make money from I have 2 students that literally only trade gold and GBP USD, and that's it. They don't even touch anything else. But of course, I teach free also on Sundays for people all across the world. So like that's my give back day to the world. So every single Sunday evening, I'll do a Zoom call on YouTube. And so that call, you have people literally taking trades live during that call. So I have to have enough to like give out to people so that they can make money for the week. But yeah, I mark up on Sundays. I set my alerts, and then during the week, the market will alert me when it's where I want it to be, and then I'll execute it if I have those confirmations. But this is the thing. That's where I am right now. When I was first learning, I was on the charts all the time. You know what I'm saying? But the more you get good at something and you know something, like it's experience. I'm super experienced. I don't have to be on the charts all day long. Like I know them like the back of my hand, right? But while you're learning, of course, somebody's going to be on the charts more frequently because they have to master their craft first.
Yeah. And so, you Sunday, you say, these are the 4 that I'm going to be trading. Based on that, you say, all right, these are the levels. And if it goes up or down on this level, I'm going to execute on the trade. You have the alert tells you, and then you make your move.
But most of my trades, like they literally hit by Tuesday, right? So I'll give people the trade Sunday night and I'll tell them what to look out for. So like this past week, for instance, I talked about this trade called GBP JPY was actual trade. It was forming a channel. Anytime it's forming like a ascending or a descending channel, and then there's also divergence there, that's usually an indication that the market's about to reverse.
I mean, if it's going up or down.
Yeah, no, but it's in a channel formation.
When you say channel, like...
So opposed to the market just spiking up like this, it's an actual pattern that's forming.
Okay, got
like
it.
a gradual increase, but it's not like a sharp push up.
Got it, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So like anytime it's forming that like channel, I would tell people, okay, right here at this point, you're looking for a sell. Well, it was in an ascending channel. So of course, if it's going up, I'm looking for it to reverse to go down. But there's always a break and retest that's occurred during that point. So I gave people 2 scenarios. I told them it's going to fall regardless, but make sure it doesn't hit this negative 61.8, which is like I know it's getting too intricate but for the Forex people, y'all gonna understand. For the baby people, let me break it down real quick. So there's something called Fibonacci, and on Fibonacci, you have reversal levels. Negative 61.8 is always your reversal level. So there were 2 things that were going to happen. It was either going to hit negative 61.8 in reverse or break out of that channel, break and retest and reverse. And then it hit negative 61.8 and reversed. So basically, I'm telling them what they need to look for because, of course, nobody controls the market. But I'm going to tell you what you need to look for you to get in, right? Once they see that, then they get in and then they make money. And then I get a whole bunch of Instagram tags like, oh, my God, Jessica, I ran up the bag. Thank you so much. And I'd be like, you love me.
And so, so is it similar to like the stock market where like, the bell starts at 9:30, and then so once the bell rings Monday through Friday, all right, now it's time to start trading, or can you trade at any time?
So yes and no. Okay. It depends on what currency you're trading, right? So if I'm trading London session, Eastern Standard Time, you want to be up at 3 a.m.
Ooh.
That's London session.
Yeah.
So that's GBP, USD, GBP, JPY for the most part.
Yeah.
Now, New York session starts at 8 a.m. for us traders, right? Well, for FOREX traders. And then, like you said, 9:30 for US 30. That's the indice. It's based off of Dow Jones. That's based off of the stock market, right? So for the actual currency, though, you can trade that. Because you're dealing with worldwide currencies, like, for instance, Japanese yen, people usually look at those at 8 p.m. at night. You know what I'm saying? Because that's when the Japanese economy is open. But if you're trading the Japanese yen with a major currency like the Great British Pound or US dollar or something of that sort, like you're going to wait till that actual US economy or Great British Pound economy is open. The only time it really moves at night is if somebody's trading like AUD, JPY or something slow like that, which is Australian dollar versus Japanese yen.
Okay, got it.
So it depends on what currency they're trading because, for instance, like the Japanese yen or the Great British Pound, 3 a.m. our time is 8 a.m. their time. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yes and no to your question.
Yeah, no, I got you. And then so you talked about your students, earlier, and I believe that if anybody wants to be successful at anything, they should be, focused or attached to people who have done what they need to do or they want to do. Talk about some of the success stories that some of your students have had.
I got a lot, okay? Yeah. I got Miss Barbara, okay? She's 63. Ooh. I love her. I love me some Miss Barbara. Shout out to Miss Barbara. I'm going to shout out a few right now, okay? Miss Barbara is like one of my pride and joys. All right, she made $100,000 in a week. Wow. Miss Barbara be eating, all right? Y'all can watch her YouTube video also. Then I got
$100,000 in a week.
Yes.
Nice.
Miss Barbara be smacking that money.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
Then I have Chantel. Chantel lives in Jamaica. Chantel flipped a $250 account to over $600,000. Right.
And how long?
7 months.
Wow.
A 7-month time frame.
Wow.
Now she's well over $1 million, but she's doing great. Wow. I got a student named Angelica. Angelica lives in Canada. Yeah. All right. Angelica started a $250 account and flipped it to like $9,000 in 3 weeks.
Wow.
All right. But they're also super experienced.
Yeah.
All right. I have some students who take like my online course or whatever. They'll just like tag me in their testimonials. They weren't like my one-on-one students, but they'll tag me in their testimonials and stuff. I got a student named Mayana. She made $1,000 last week. Like, it just depends, like I mentioned the students in Africa. One of them, Joe Reason, he's great. Okay. He was making like $1 to $5 a day because that was like literally, they have to find work. And I keep saying Africa. Africa is the continent, but Tanzania is the actual country. Yeah. All right. Yeah. And that's where he lives. And now he's making about $800 to $1,000 a day. He trades gold primarily.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. What's the biggest mistake though that you've seen people make when like jumping into it that has allowed them to like lose money or not make money?
Well, from my students, none, because I teach them off top. Like my program, especially my one-on-one in groups, they're very, very strict and disciplined because like I don't let them move on until all their homework's right. Yeah. Right? Yeah. But when it comes to people in general, greed is the number one. Once you see yourself making money so fast, then you start to over leverage your account. If you are not disciplined, you will not be a profitable trader, period. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So while I have those wonderful success stories, there are people that don't take trading. Like, let's say somebody like run through the course. Like, let's say it's the automated course and somebody just run through it and they don't do all the homework that I told them to do. Because some people like, they'll watch a video, try to move on to the next one, watch the video, try to move on to the next session without doing the homework. The homework is what's teaching you. The homework is what's making that muscle memory, so to speak, so that you start to train your eyes. Especially when it comes to technicals, you have to train your eyes. You have to be able to see it before it's happening, right? Because as we talked about with the technicals and fundamentals, technicals give you insight to what's about to happen in the world. You just don't know what's about to happen. So if I come up to a level of resistance, I know it's going to be something that make the market tank. I might not know what's about to happen in the world that's about to make it tank, but I know it's something, right? Yeah. If I'm a technical analyst only and I see that, I'm going to execute my position. But again, I have to have those confirmations. Yeah. If you don't do all the work that you're supposed to and do all the exercises and the homework, you're selling yourself short. You know what I'm saying? So people flying through the course and not actually like taking it step by step. And then they'll always write. I have a Facebook community also. They'll always write in the Facebook community, oh my God, okay, I'm going back to do and then they'll like redo the entire like course. I mean, of course, it's only a one-time payment, so it's not like they have to like pay again, but they'll like go back through their videos and actually do it the way I told them to. Yeah. It's just human nature though. We live by the power of choice. People choose to take shortcuts. Yeah. Unfortunately, people have to like learn from mistakes opposed to like, no, I'm telling you before you actually go do this, go through all this homework so you know what you need to do. Yeah, yeah. And then once everybody that goes through the homework though, is smooth selling. Yeah, yeah. What has been your biggest loss in this game, right? Because like you it's obvious, like you know this, like you know your last name. You know what I'm saying? But have you always been this proficient? No,
have you ever lost?
I lost over $100,000.
Ooh, okay,
yeah,
okay.
Before I got to where I am, I was depressed. Okay, I like always talk about this prayer closet because that was the only thing that got me out. Wow. Because when I first started, like again, I spent $21,000 to learn. I had so many different mentors, like. And you're trying to figure it out. Yeah. Like I was trying to figure it out. I didn't have nobody like me to look up to that was like gonna walk me through the market. Yeah, yeah. I had to like, I just got all of this data, all of this stuff, all these lines, I'm getting headaches looking at the charts, getting damn near blind. You know what I'm saying? Excuse my language, but I'm just saying your eyes start getting cross-eyed because you're just staring at a screen all day long. Yeah. And I was just trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I lost over $100,000. I literally, and it was actually like in a matter of, it started one day. It was definitely in a matter of like 30 days span.
Wow. $100,000.
It was really in a day. The majority of it was in a day. And then I tried to like revenge trade and get it back. And then like I just lost it all. And it was my whole savings. Wow. Like it was everything.
And so what made you
keep going?
Keep going, yeah.
Because I knew it was real. And I'm the type of person, you ain't about to get me and I ain't gonna get you back. You know what I'm saying? Like I was not gonna stop. I was not gonna give up on trading before I got my $100,000 back from the market. Yeah. I know that sounds psychotic and it really is like revenge trading, but it's one of those things that I was not about to stop before, like I can't do that.
Right. So you put your whole life savings in.
Yeah, basically,
and then lose it. Yeah. And then says, I'm not gonna stop. We gonna get this. Yeah.
And the crazy thing is, like at that time, what was I, like 25, I think.
How'd you get 100,000 by 25?
Well, no, it was an accumulation.
Got it.
It was an accumulation. So I've always been a savior.
Yeah.
Saver, not savior. Not savior. I mean, I'm saving people's lives, I was gonna say, but saver. So I've always been good with money. So I always saved money, like always. So I had money saved up, then I would work, and then I would run up a bag, and then I would just put it all into the market, run it up. And then also some of those were profits that I had gotten from the market also.
Okay,
you know what I'm
it.
saying? So building my account up.
So it wasn't that you like lost the whole, I mean, you did lose the 100,000, but because you had made money from the market, lost it, but you said, no, I already know this works.
Yeah.
I know I can make money because that's how I got the 100,000 by making money in the markets. So you'll be a fool to give up. Give up. Okay,
yeah,
got
and
it,
I knew it was real. Like the foreign exchange market has literally been around since the existence of basically money.
Yeah, 100%.
To a certain extent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Of course, we got like the gold standard, you got the bartering system, you got all these different evolutions of money. But ever since the foreign exchange market, like supply and demand, like I know is real.
Yeah.
I just got to figure it out.
Yeah.
And I wasn't about to stop until I figured it out. Like I'm just one of those super, it's a good thing and a bad thing because I'm like relentless when I want something.
Yeah.
There's no stopping. Can't nobody tell me no.
Yeah. And where does that come from? Where does that relentlessness come from?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Innate, you were like born with.
I don't know. My mom used to talk about it because like when I was training for the Olympics when I was in college, and my parents thought I was psycho. Then I graduated from Spelman boxing.
So okay.
So I used to box.
Okay.
So then my parents were like, you didn't graduate from Spelman to box. Da, 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 da. I was like, well, look. Because I had got right after college. So when I was a student at Spelman, I interned at a news station called 11 Alive. 11 Alive, the news station, right? It's like everybody wants to be on there, right? And I turned down the job.
Wow.
My parents are like, what is wrong with you? I was like, I mean, I can be a reporter when I'm 60. I can't box when I'm 60. Wow, so I'm just going to go figure it out. Then I moved to DC. I just was like, can't nobody tell me no. When I got my mind set to something, it's not happening.
Wow. And so that natural relentlessness, the athleticism in you, the competitor in you says, no, I'm not losing. But it paid off, right? And it pays off now because not only are you able to really create financial freedom for yourself through Forex trading, you are now the savior of other people and teaching other people because to be able to start off with $250 and create a six-figure account in less than a year, that's life-changing.
Multi-six figures.
Right, multi-six figures, right? Like that is life-changing. That isn't, something
and
that...
it's a skill set that you have for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying? So it's really, in the markets, it's you against you. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. Nobody can stop you. And that's the most beautiful part about it. I don't need nobody. Like, honestly, I'm not that good in business, to be honest.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody should know thyself. Right. Okay, know thyself. Yeah. I ain't that good at checking emails, like all that tedious stuff that people be doing. No. Yeah. I'm not that good at that. Yeah. Of course, we can all become better in things that we're aware of. But I'm just saying, like, I'm not that good at business, but I know how to make money with my eyes closed. And most people have to go through business to make money. I just know how to make money. So really, I don't need nobody as long as I got internet and God.
Wow. Internet and God. Wow. Strong connection both ways. Pun intended, right? As long as you have that connection, you're good. And so how does cryptocurrency affect the Forex trading, right? It doesn't.
It doesn't.
And so do you feel like, will there ever be a time where if cryptocurrency is accepted as like a worldwide currency, does it now affect the ability to trade Forex or
it's a completely different market. Okay. I do believe that all markets are intercorrelated, but the cryptocurrency, the foreign exchange market has been around forever. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The cryptocurrency market came in most recent years. People were trading Forex way back then. Yeah. So I don't really think that the foreign or the cryptocurrency market can affect the Forex market. People say, oh, the dollar's decreasing. The dollar is not going to be anything. Put your money into crypto. But at the end of the day, like, people still need cash. To do any transaction, you need cash. Right. Even if the dollar devalues, that doesn't mean the dollar is going away. Right. If you buy cryptocurrency, you can't go from gold to cryptocurrency. You literally have to convert your dollars into cash Like if you fund a Coinbase account, you have to use cash in order to do it. You know what I'm saying? So no.
Yeah.
And anything that touches the US dollar is the foreign exchange market is just the dollar index and it'll affect the dollar.
Yeah. And so you talked earlier about your student, being able to start with $250. Is there like a minimum that somebody has to put in order to start trading?
Honestly, I've never started an account with no less than 3,000 when I first started.
Yeah.
Just because I don't like super small positions. The smaller your account is, the more disciplined you have to be and make sure you get those great entries. And also making sure you don't over leverage is super important, right? So the smaller the account, the more risk because you don't have that much room for anything to go wrong. So you have to be very, very, very tedious? No, that's not the word.
No, very
meticulous.
Meticulous,
You have to be very meticulous about what you're entering and when you're entering because entries are very important.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it takes time, right? But when you grow, she grew that account by she traded in 2 weeks, she flipped that from 250 to 2,000. That was the start of it.
Yeah.
Once you get to 2,000, 3,000, you got more of a cushion.
Yeah.
It just depends on where people are, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody, I think that whatever you start with, you just have to make sure that you have the discipline for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you are an entrepreneur, business coach, or small business owner who wants to get more visibility for your product or service, then consider advertising on Inside the Vault. We've been seen and heard over 2 million times, and as the show continues to grow, your ad would be embedded in our episodes forever. So the return on investments on advertising with us is unmeasurable and invaluable. If you're interested in this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, then text podcast to 646-687-4152 or email us at info@insidethevaultshow.com. Allow your business to get the visibility that it deserves.
And does your mentorship sort of people will still have to learn, but does your mentorship help guide your students into what positions they should take and, what are some of the things that they should be, trading?
So once you learn, you know how to do that on your own. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sunday night calls is what I tell people what you should trade because those people, they're not my students. There's just people all across the world. And it's like, they don't really know what my students know.
Yeah.
My students, once they're really, really good, like Miss Barbara, Angelica, none of them hop on Sunday night calls no more.
Yeah.
We check in with each other like, hey girl, how you doing? But they don't need the calls because they could see it for themselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I believe in teaching a man how to fish opposed to giving them a fish.
Right. 100%. And so when we look 10 years from now, 20 years from now, is Jessica Lane still trading Forex?
It depends.
Yeah.
And the reason I say it depends, ultimately I want to own a hedge fund, right? I don't really think I'm going to be the one placed in those positions. It'll be ideal that I train up all these spectacular, phenomenal students and then they run my hedge fund for me.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But I also think Forex is something I'm going to give to my kids. I'm going to teach my kids how to do it. I really think that by the time my kids are 10, they will be, you know what I'm saying? Because psychologically, they're not attached to money, right?
Right.
That psychological process. Most people, the reason they lose money is because they're scared of losing money because they've been taught oh, you should never lose money in life. But if you're a child and you don't even have that attachment to money, it's way easier because those emotions aren't involved.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be teaching them how to trade from the moment they can write. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I really feel by the time my child is 10, they'll probably be a multimillionaire.
Wow. And where does that mindset though, right? Because I'm still trying to get that, right? Because like this fearlessness, this
Oh my God, that's my tattoo.
yeah, right. This fearlessness, like where does that? What is the root cause of it? Because and let me tell you why I'm asking the question, right? Because I feel like a lot, if everybody had the same level of confidence in everything that they're doing, there is no way that you're unsuccessful. Even in your losses, you still become successful because of that fearlessness, because of that confidence, right? And so, I kind of want, some there's an insider right now who's loving your confidence, who's loving that energy, who wish they had a percentage of that. Like, where's that coming from?
God.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, okay, so one thing I love about my parents is that they instilled God in me from like a child, right? And so I believe that God is my source, and I believe I'm an extension of him. And if I'm an extension of God, God is great. So that means I'm great. So that means there's nothing I can't do. That means there's nothing I can't have. Like ultimately, the only way I can't have something is if it's not in his will, or if I'm blocking myself because there's something that I'm limited in regards to my discipline or my personal development or something. So you work on that to then get what you want. I don't think that there's nothing I can't have at all. I can have it all. I don't know. I can't really pinpoint because I also am just super disciplined. Like even in my relationships, I never really had a boyfriend up until now. Like my last boyfriend was 6th grade. I know that sounds crazy, but I didn't really date. Like I talked to people here and there, but I didn't really like commit to people because ultimately, like, men are distractions. You know what I'm saying? I just been super focused and I just wanted what I wanted. And if I see something, I can't unsee it. And if I see something, I see nothing else.
Wow. Powerful. So now we have, world-renowned Forex trader Jessica Lane, who has, created financial freedom for herself, has also created financial freedom for her students. If Jessica was talking to her 18-year-old self, what advice would she give her?
It's all gonna work out. Because I always am the type of person, which I also think that's why I'm so successful, but I'm always hard on myself. More hard on myself than I should be, but I'm very analytical and critical of myself. So it's all gonna work out. That's what I would tell myself.
Finish this statement for me. I am
unstoppable.
I love it. When it's all said and done, I will be
a billionaire.
Ooh, love that. I want everyone who crosses my path to know
that that God is your provider.
I love it. What would you say so far has been the most extravagant thing you've done with money?
Open my school in Africa. I'm building a school right now.
Nice.
I don't believe in, I'm not really super materialistic. You know what I'm saying? I bought a Lambo cash, but I wouldn't say that is extravagant because it wasn't helping other people. That school that I'm opening is going to change generations and people's lives forever and ever. Like Joe Reason, the reason that he's able to now make $1,000 a day is because of something that I taught him. And then he's going to teach that to his kids. So that just broke the cycle of poverty in his family. So if I open a school and then I impact, let's say 50 people, now that's 50 generations that's now changed because of me. So I think that me buying that school or putting down the money for the property is the most extravagant.
I love it. And the follow-up question to that is, what is the most impactful thing you've done with money?
That's it.
See, look.
That's it. They're intertwined. They're intertwined.
And so there's somebody right now who has a 9-to-5, who's also want to start a business, become an entrepreneur. So they have that side hustle. What advice would you have for that person?
Stay disciplined and do what you need to do to pour into yourself. Because so many people, they get off of work, they go watch TV, they go relax, they go, have a nightcap or whatever the case may be. Like, pour into yourself, because that's the only way you're going to get to where you want to be. I don't really watch TV, and I think it's because when I was in that space where I was trying to get to the next level, all I was doing was reading books, personal development, or I was praying or fasting or super disciplined to the point where fun, I wasn't where I want to be. So how can I really have fun? You know what I'm saying? Fun is a term people say I don't have a good work-life balance, but also I don't know too many people that's in my position at my age either. So I'll take that. You know what I'm saying? Focus on you and where you want to be, because nobody's going to make it happen but you.
Yeah, yeah. How important is prayer and fasting?
Very.
Yeah.
Very.
Yeah.
First off, and I want to talk about this because a lot of people don't really understand fasting.
Yeah.
Fasting is, it's so crazy because I was talking to somebody about this yesterday. I fast because I give something to God. I feel like we live in a world of reciprocity, period, point blank. You have to give something of yourself to get something that you want. 100%. Even when it comes to yourself and discipline, you have to now read opposed to watching TV. You have to give to get something. Yeah. So when I fast, I'm ridding myself of a desire that I want for God, right? And I feel like I hear God the most. I feel like you hear God the most when you rid yourself of toxicities. Yeah. Those toxicities being whether it's whatever it is. Everybody's vices are different. Yeah. Some people smoke, some people drink, some people eat bad. Some people like a whole bunch of sugar, whatever that is. Yeah. So you can fast yourself for partying. You can fast yourself for social media. Just different disciplines that you rid yourself to find complete and wholeness. Yeah. And complete and wholeness can sound really boring, but I promise you, when you do it day in and day out, the person that you become during that process, it's a remarkable person.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I love that. I love that. And then so,
I just want to go back to ridding yourself of this toxicity, because the world is toxic. Yeah. For real. Yeah. When you fast, you just rid yourself, you don't be around people. You just really focus on what's important and who's important, whether it be family or hearing God. Yeah. Some people can't hear God. Yeah. I could talk to God and I can hear God. Yeah. I really have a deep connection and relationship to where when I ask for something, I can get it. And when I can't get it, I can hear God. I know they sound crazy, but I can literally, something will come across me and tell me no. And then I stop asking for it. Or it'll be a dream. Or God speaks to you in different ways. Your intuition, it's so many different things. You know things aren't right because of the God that's inside of you.
Yeah, yeah. No, I love that. I love that. All right, we're going to do our speed round. And so what we do here inside the vault is we take words, right? And, bank terms and then flip them for us inside the vault. So number one is deposit slip, right? And so deposit slip, from bank terms is when you take, a deposit slip, you deposit in money inside the bank. For us here, a deposit slip is a slip up, a mistake, right? What would you say is your biggest deposit slip or money mistake that you've made so far in your journey?
Money mistake? I don't know. Hold on. I really got to know. I mean, I can't really say that when I started my process, I would say okay, jumping into the market too soon, stuff like that, not being patient. But where I am now, I feel like I'm super good with money.
Yeah. So the only mistake you've made was probably when you started off.
Yeah, because I'm really too young to have made a whole bunch of monetary mistakes in life. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Some people can say, oh, you buying a Lambo was a mistake because it's a liability, not an asset. But I think you also got to look at the person. If I can make that back in a month, then it's not a liability for me.
Yeah. Talk that talk. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I love it.
It just depends.
Yeah.
It depends.
Yeah. No, 100%. Number two, charge off, right? So charge off, somebody borrows money from the bank. They don't give the money back. The bank is trying to get the money, but eventually the bank is like, you know what? I'm charging this off. Here inside the vault, charge off for us is what type of people or mindset did you have to charge off to be where you are today?
Toxic people.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of friends at all. And that might sound toxic, but It's so true.
Yeah.
I don't believe in, and it's so crazy because I think that some people are like, oh, you're supposed to bring people with you, but I think people can suck the shit out of you. You know what I'm saying? I pour into people by pouring into my mentees and the people that I want to help. I think there are a lot of people like that I grew up with that just want easy handouts and this and that, and I can't be around it. Like, it don't work for me.
Yeah.
But I definitely had to charge off a lot of people.
Yeah.
I'm not friends with probably anybody from high school anymore.
Wow. Yeah.
And college, it's only a few select.
Wow.
But I also didn't have a lot of friends in college anyways because I was super focused. So
Yeah. 100%. All right, last but not least, ATM, right? ATM is where you put your card in the machine, you ask for some money back. Here inside the vault, ATM is another teachable moment. So you've given us a lot of gems, a lot of information that people gonna be able to use so that they have a better understanding on Forex. But give us one more. Give us one more teachable moment. Another teachable moment.
Surround yourself around people that bring you higher. My boyfriend's the best boyfriend ever. So I just gotta say that because he definitely
salute to the homie. Yeah.
He brings me higher. I would say that.
Yeah.
Surround yourself and know the difference between nobody's perfect, right? Nobody's perfect, but know when somebody is there to take from you or give to you. Just in life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? My relationship, I think that it has poured into me so much that I find myself becoming a different person even more than I already was.
Wow.
Right? But I think that even not in just a relationship, but any relationship that you come across, whether it's friendships, whether it is, mentee relationships. One of my mentors said it the best. It's like a cross. You need people that pour into you, right? You need people that you pour into at the bottom, right? And then you need people that are here to keep you level set and balanced. So I think that's super important.
Yeah, no, I love that. Guys, we just gave you a lot of heat. We talk a little bit about your program because we do have a special offer for our insiders who could join, our community or even join, Jessica Lane and her program. So talk a little bit about your program.
Yeah, so I have a basics only course for people who are just starting off in Forex. And the reason it's so important is because a lot of people don't even really know if this is what they want to do. So the basics only course is just really, is not teaching you everything from A to Z. That's only the total Forex course. But what the basics course does is let you know, is this even for me? Before you go out and spend a lot of money in this market. However, if it is for you, then the total Forex course is everything. It will teach you how to make money from A to Z.
Nice. So listen, y'all, go to JessInvestITV.com. Take advantage of the basics course. See if this is for you. She has the receipts. She's showing you her students who are able to literally change their life. And not just in the U.S. She has students all over the world who are changing their family's life forever. So make sure you tap in Jess Invest ITV. If somebody wanted to connect with you, where can they find you?
Yeah, Jessica Lane. It's Jessica Lane on all platforms. ITSJESSILAINE on YouTube and Instagram.
All right, y'all. We are closing out the vault. Another awesome episode of Inside the Vault with Ash Cash, the greatest money mindset show on the planet, where we're giving you the insider's guide to creating financial freedom and generational wealth for you and your family. Make sure you join our insiders community by texting insiders to 646-687-4152. Follow us on all social media platforms at Inside the Vault. Me, I am Ash Cash. Make sure you visit me, www.iamashcash.com. Follow me on all social media platforms at I am Ash Cash. I will see you next time, same place, in God's will. Peace.
Oh yeah. You want Ash Cash, you can catch it right here in the ball.